안녕하세요, 여러분. Welcome to KSTYLEyo. Come on in, everyone. Come on in. First of all, 새해 복 많이 받으세요. We just had the Lunar New Year. Hopefully you had a good, happy Lunar New Year. And today is actually Valentine's Day, right? Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so today we're gonna be learning Korean by reading Korean article. So it's a practice of reading an article, and it's really great way to learn the Korean structures because we're gonna break down the clauses by conjunction and word for word as always. So it's a great way to learn sentence structure. And also articles don't omit a lot of words like K-pop or Korean speech. We may omit a lot of words and imply a lot of things, but articles, you're gonna see what you get pretty much. Sometimes, yeah, they do, but most of the time they try to explicitly state what they mean. So, 안녕하세요, 여러분. Welcome. Come on in. Let me know if you can hear my voice because I was kind of playing around the settings. And here is the article. And as you know, you can find the link in the description box if you want to study on your own time. 설 명절 마지막 날 한산은 기경 터미널. So they're talking about Lunar New Year we just had. We say 설날. 설날 is Lunar New Year. I'm gonna write it here. 설날. But you don't say 설날. It's hard to say. Just try to say. Right? It's hard to say 설날. So we end up saying 설날. In pronunciation, 설날. So this is Lunar New Year. Or you can just say 설 in this case. 설 명절. So on the last day of the Lunar New Year, 한산은 기경 터미널. So the terminal, probably bus or train station terminal is empty. Okay? Why is that? We all know why that is. COVID. 그쵸? So I have picked 5 sentences today. Actually, the first one is the easiest one, and then the fourth and fifth are easy. But second and third are the most challenging one. Just for the heads up. So the first one that I picked is this one. 이거요. 한번 읽어보겠습니다. 코로나19로 고향 방문이 줄어든 탓에 평소보다 한산했습니다. 다시 읽어볼게요. 코로나19로 고향 방문이 줄어든 탓에 평소보다 한산했습니다. 천천히 읽어보겠습니다. 코로나19로 고향 방문이 줄어든 탓에 평소보다 한산했습니다. Try to understand what they're saying. And as always, try to figure out main subject, object, and verb. So for those who are first in the live, subject means orange color, object pink, verb blue, miscellaneous work is green color. So we're gonna underline each word for that color that is applicable. So something about going back to hometowns. 좋아요. Hi Cheryl and Maria, welcome. Main verb is always at the end of the sentence. 그쵸? Main verb. 그러면 동사가 어디 있어요? 동사. 동사는 한산했습니다. 그쵸? 그러면 찾아보세요, 이거. 한산하다가 뭐예요? 한산하다. 한산하다는 to be quiet, to be calm. So not much the foot traffic. Then we say 한산하다. Okay. To be quiet, quiet, calm. Okay. Usually it's used for traffic. 한산했습니다. Past tense with formal ending. What was quiet? What was quiet? Meaning, what is the 주어? 주어를 맞춰보세요. 주어. We see subject particle here. 웃는 이가. 웃는 이가. 그쵸? So this is a subject. It's a noun. Compound noun. 고향, hometown, visit. This is a noun. Okay. However, would this be the main subject that's related to 한산하다? Maybe, maybe not. 그쵸? Hometown visit was quiet and calm. Or hometown visit 줄어들다. 줄어들다. 이것도 동사예요. 줄어든 adjective describing 탓. This is a grammar rule actually. Verb adjective 탓해. 이거는 because. But it implies of the blame, usually. Blaming. But in this case, you don't have to really think about it as a blame too much, but just think of it as because. Because hometown visit is what? 줄어들다. Diminished. To diminish. Diminish. Like that. Okay. 그러면 possibly this subject is related to 줄어들다. 그렇죠? 그러면 main subject may be omitted. We can think about it, what that is. So starting from the first word, 코로나19. This is COVID-19. 로, 이게 뭐예요? 로. by. Okay? You can even think of it as caused. Caused by. What is caused by 코로나19? Hometown visit diminished. Caused by 코로나19. Because of this, something is quiet. 평소보다. 평소가 뭐예요? 평소, normal time. Normal time. 보다, than. Comparing. Comparing to the normal time. Can you guess what the main subject might be? And we don't have object because the verb here is descriptive verb. To be quiet and calm. 그쵸? 그렇기 때문에 no 목적어가 없어요 여긴. I'm assuming this is terminal. Terminal was quiet. Audio keeps cutting out. Please let me know if everyone can hear me well. If you all experiencing cutting out sound, then maybe I will adjust something. So I think the terminal was quiet and calm compared to normal times because hometown visit diminished caused by Corona-19. 질문 있습니까? No file. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Just headphones. Okay. 질문이 없으시면 다음으로 넘어갈게요. I already gave you heads up. Second one is actually difficult one. It's longer. Difficult means longer. Okay. 그래서 아래로 내려가겠습니다. 여기 있죠? This sentence is actually the answer from the interview. I think 김웅 is the reporter. 귀경객 is the person who's traveling, visiting hometown. So that's why it's inside the bracket. Interview. 사회적 거리 두기 때문에 친척들은 안 만나고 가족과 시간을 보냈는데 명절이기보다는 그냥 시간 내서 내려왔다는 느낌입니다. I think this one has no space. So let me see. Sometimes it removes the space. It's weird. 안 만나고 Sorry about that. Okay. 사회적 거리 두기 때문에 친척들은 안 만나고 가족과 시간을 보냈는데 명절이기보다는 그냥 시간 내서 내려왔다는 느낌입니다. 사회적 거리두기 때문에 친척들은 안 만나고 가족과 시간을 보냈는데 명절이기보다는 그냥 시간 내서 내려왔다는 느낌입니다. But the person, actually traveler, he or she, is talking in formal speech. That's why 입니다. 그쵸? 다시 천천히 읽어볼게요. 사회적 거리 두기 때문에 친척들은 안 만나고 가족과 시간을 보냈는데 명절이기보다는 그냥 시간 내서 내려왔다는 느낌입니다. 주요 동사가 뭐예요? 주요 동사. Main verb is always at the end of the sentence. 입니다 보입니까? This is be verb in formal speech. So be verb. Dictionary form is 이다. Okay? So now that you see be verb here, it means you already know the object. Why? Korean be verb is always used with an object noun. 느낌. 느낌이 뭐예요? Feeling. Feeling. So what kind of feeling? I guess we can go through the word later. Do you guys see any other conjunction? Since this is such a long sentence, you're gonna find some conjunctions here. Just let me know if you see any conjunction. Just type it in the live chat. 때문에 이거 보여요? 때문에. 그리고 고가 또 있죠, 고. conjunction and. 때문에 because of. noun. 만나고, 맞아요. Do you guys see another conjunction? This is a conjunction with noun, noun to noun. But we're looking for verb conjunction here. 는데, 맞아요, Rachel? 는데, but. Or it could be open conversation. 때문에도 있어요. 서, 엄청 많죠, 지금. 서도 있습니다. This is either because, you guys don't see that. Because or two option. And then we'll figure out based on the context. It could be because or and then. I think there are a lot of conjunctions, which means there are a lot of verbs as well. This one is actually made it into a verb, verb into a noun, sorry. This is a noun because grammatically you need to use noun here. Okay? So this is the verb that made it into a noun by adding 기. 두다. 두다 is what? 두다 means put. Okay? Put. 사회적 거리. 사회적 social 거리 distance. 두다. Put. You put social distance. Okay? So you can think of it as social distancing in English. You guys just say social distancing, right? 두다 put. But in English, you just say social distancing. Because of that, 친척들은 안 만나고 만나다 is the verb meet. 그쵸? 이거 basic verb. 만나다, to meet. Meet whom? Meet whom? We're meeting 친척들. But you may wonder, why do you see subject particle here? Because it's actually not subject particle. This is comparison particle. I don't meet. This is negation. I meet other people, but I don't meet who? 친척들. Usually on national holidays, you get together with extended family. 친척들은 relatives. Extended families. So probably what they're implying is that I meet immediate families, but as for relatives, I don't meet relatives, right? Because of social distancing. And 가족과 시간을 보냈는데 with 가족과 family. So what they're referring here is the immediate family. You may think, oh, relatives are family too, but they're kind of separating here. This is extended family. This is immediate family. With immediate family, 시간을, time, 보냈는데, 보내다, spend, in past tense. So spent time with family, immediate family. Either but or open conversation. 명절이기보다는 명절 is national holiday. 이다, be verb. Made it into a noun here. This whole thing is a noun. Because you need a noun before 보다. Then. Oh, Rachel, you're right. 보내다 has another meaning. To send. 편지를 보내다. Send letters. If you guys still do that. 그러나 when it's used with time, and it could be interpreted as spend. 시간을 보내다. Spend time. So then, compared to. Here again, this is as for. So it sounds like it's kind of duplicate meaning. So you don't really need it, but sometimes Korean people add 는 after 보다 as well, as for. Okay? So then being a national holiday compared to being national holiday. As in, you may interpret it as more naturally in English rather than being a national holiday. Okay, so I may interpret it as rather than. So we just keep going. I know it's a lot of words here. You may have already lost me, right? But let's keep going. 그냥, just, 시간 내다. 시간, the same word here. Time. 시간 내다라는 게 무슨 뜻이에요? 시간 내다. 시간 내다. Here means 내다 has many meanings too. 돈을 내다. You pay. Okay? 제가 낼게요. Let me buy your meal. 제가 낼게요. I pay. Right? Here 시간 내다. Make time. When it's used with time, this is make time. 시간 내다. 내려왔다는 this is adjective describing 느낌. So I think Rachel earlier you said sinking feeling, right? But here I will explain to you what it means. Because you're right, it could be interpreted as a sinking feeling based on the word here, right? 내려오다. This is descent, right? Is that how you write it? Descent? So do you guys know South Korean map? Do you guys know? Have you ever looked at South Korean map? Okay, so let me know if you can see it. South Korea. Do you know where Seoul is? You already see. So this line, 38도, this is the line that divides south and north. 그쵸? So Seoul is the capital of South Korea, as you probably know. Incheon is really close. This is my hometown. I was born in Incheon. It's really close to the West Sea. Since these two cities are so close to each other, even though the airport is in Incheon technically, we call it Seoul Airport, but it's actually in Incheon City. It takes about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get to Seoul from Incheon. But if there's a traffic, it could take up to, who knows, like 2 hours, right? It's really congested before COVID. But as you can tell, this is fairly north of South Korea. So normally when we associate to visiting hometown on national holidays, we associate to the verb descend, going down to visit hometown. Because people who normally travel, travel long, okay? I mean, if you're born here, your family's here, you may not have to travel long, but people who actually travel to another district, they tend to go down south. Okay? So you can see Jeonju is famous for bibimbap. Daegu, you can tell Busan. This is the second largest city. Okay, Gwangju. We also talked about here Jeju Island. Okay, so since the geographically Seoul is the north of South Korea, we use descent. Okay. So in this case, it's not necessarily sinking feeling, it's the feeling that what? Let's go back here. Rather than being a national holiday, it's the feeling like I just made time and then came down. Came down where? To visit the hometown. So I used and then here for this conjunction. So let's go back here. 사회적 거리두기 때문에 because of social distancing, I don't meet relatives and spend time with my immediate family. Open conversation, I think. Continue, right? It's not like but. Rather than being a national holiday, it feels like it's the feeling that I just made time and then came down to visit my hometown. Because there are not many people on the train or subway or what kind of transportation they're taking, maybe KTX. Since there are not many people on the street, they feel like they just made time out of nowhere. It's not like being a national holiday. 질문 있어요? This was the most difficult one. If you got this, then you can do any other thing today. 그러면 3번으로 넘어갈게요. Make my face smaller. Yeah. 3번은 어디 있습니까? 네, 여기 있습니다. 이것도 interview, but speaking in formal speech. 읽어볼게요. 코로나 때문에 부모님 얼굴도 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 이번에 부모님을 조금이라도 뵈어서 기분이 좋았습니다. 조금 더 천천히 읽어볼게요. 코로나 때문에 부모님 얼굴도 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 이번에 부모님을 조금이라도 뵈어서 기분이 좋았습니다. 더 천천히 읽어볼게요. 코로나 때문에 부모님 얼굴도 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 이번에 부모님을 조금이라도 뵈어서 기분이 좋았습니다. You know, there is actually a mistake here. I copied the sentence and pasted in my whiteboard. But I think there is a mistake in the article. Can you guys guess? It's the spacing issue. I'm gonna read one more time. I read it correctly so far. I'm gonna read correctly as well. So by the spacing, you should see a space, but they didn't leave space in the article. But I'm gonna read correctly. Figure out what the mistake is. 알았죠? 코로나 때문에 부모님 얼굴도 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 이번에 부모님을 조금이라도 뵈어서 기분이 좋았습니다. I think someone got it. 얼은 얼굴. 이게 face. face예요, face. 이건 맞아요. 잘못. 이게 맞습니다. 스페이스가 있어야 돼요. 왜냐면요, 잘못, if there is a space, 못, well, can't. 이건 뭐죠? 같이 붙어 있으면 잘못은 wrong. 잘못했어요. I did it wrong. 잘 못했어요. I couldn't do it well. So here it's not wrong. I couldn't see my parents' face. I couldn't see them. Well, here you can interpret it as often, even. 그래요. 잘하셨습니다. 그럼 main verb, 주요 동사가 뭡니까? 항상 마지막에 있다 그랬죠? 좋았습니다. 좋다 verb, past tense. This is formal speech. 좋다, to be good. Which means you don't have a main object. Descriptive verb doesn't require an object. What was good? 기분이 좋았습니다. Subject. The mood was good. So in English, you may say, I felt good. In Korean, 기분이 좋았어요. The mood was good, meaning I felt good in English. Do you guys see conjunction again? Think we already done 때문에, before. This is because of, has to be a noun. Because of corona. How about verb conjunction? 는데가 또 보이시죠? 는데. 뵙고 했는데 서도 보이시죠? 여기 서. Like I mentioned, either because or and then. Depends on the context. 그래요. 코로나 때문에 because of corona 부모님 얼굴도 parents face. This is object. Because of the verb here. 보다. 보다. This is a verb. 보다. So this is actually honorific verb. When I say honorific, what's the mean? Honorific verb to see, or it could be interpreted as visit. And this is the dictionary form. You can look it up. 보다. Oh, actually, I think it should be 뵙다. Let me see. Actually, now I'm confused. Just one sec. I think it's 뵙다. 맞아요. 뵙다. But if you look at 뵈다, 뵈다 is another verb. Oh, it's weird. Because in Naver Dictionary, 뵈다 is also associated to see. And maybe this example, meet a teacher, 선생을 뵈다. Maybe this is not a right example. 뵙다. Just look up 뵙다. Yeah. In Naver Dictionary, it says humbly see / meet older people. Okay. So 뵙다 is dictionary form. That's why you see 뵙고 했는데. But this is a very interesting conjugation. As you can see here, 뵈어. So 뵙다, I'm gonna write it up here, becomes 뵈어요. You don't even use be here. 뵈어요. Normally it's shortened to 뵈요. So sometimes when I post on the community tab, I say 내일 봬요. 내일 봬요. I will see you tomorrow. I tend to write it like that. 봬요. Okay? 만나서, what did you write here, Rachel? 만나서 뵙겠습니다. 만나서 뵙겠습니다. 그게 무슨 뜻이에요? 만나서 반갑습니다. Maybe? I think you wrote here, 만나서 뵙겠습니다 means I will see you because I meet you. But 만나서 반갑습니다. This is I'm glad that I meet you. 그래요. So here 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 so here 고하다. It sounds more like more than once. It implies that it happened more than once. From time to time, type of thing. Okay? It's not commonly used, this one. 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 I could not, this is past tense. I could not see even, 도 is even my parents' face often. Because of Corona, I couldn't see even my parents' face often. Open conversation. 이번에 this time 부모님을 parent object. 조금이라도. 조금 a little bit. Here it seems almost like it's a noun. 조금 a little bit as a noun. 이라도. Either you can interpret it as be verb. 라도. Even if. I think it's even if. Let me check something. 라도. Yeah, I think it's noun. noun이라도. noun이라도. Because this ends with a consonant. So maybe don't think of it as be here. Just 이라도. Even if it's a little bit. 배워서. see. Because I felt good. So let's go back here. This time, because I saw my parents, even if it's a little bit, I felt good. 코로나 때문에 부모님 얼굴도 잘 못 뵙고 했는데 because of corona, I could not see my parents' face, even my parents' face often. But or open conversation. Because this time I saw my parents, even if it's a little bit, I felt good. 질문 있어요? Just remember, when you use so conjunction, you need to conjugate the verb. That's why you see 배어 instead of 뵙. 그러면 다음 문장으로 넘어갈게요. 4번입니다. 4번이랑 5번은 쉬워요. 어디 있습니까? 여기 있습니다. 이거 보이시죠? 빨리 코로나가 풀려서 다른 식구들과 같이 명절 지냈으면 좋겠다 생각했죠. This is another interview sentence. 빨리 코로나가 풀려서 다른 식구들과 같이 명절 지냈으면 좋겠다 생각했죠. 더 천천히 읽을게요. 빨리 코로나가 풀려서 다른 식구들과 같이 명절 지냈으면 좋겠다 생각했죠. This person didn't use the formal speech. That's why it ends with 요. 조 ending, this is confirmation. 생각했죠. 생각하다. main verb, 그쵸? main verb. 생각하다가 뭐예요? to think. 영어로 to think. Do you guys see conjunction here? We see conjunction, 서, again. What did I say? It could be two different options, either because or and then. 이것도 보이세요? 면, 줄리, 으면, consonant and then 으면. 이거 if, conjunction. 가. No file say 가. 가. 이거는 subject particle. Subject particle. Do you know subject particle? 은, 는, 이, 가. Subject particle. With noun, which is corona. So it's not conjunction. You said 다른. 이거는 adjective. Verb adjective. 다르다 verb. To be different. Describing 식구들. In this case, you can interpret it as even other. Other 식구들. Okay? We found 서 and 으면. But there is actually hidden one here. I think because it's a speech. That's why she omitted. 고. Quotation clause. Like in French, you say que. Que. 생각하다. Think that. In English, you say that. 저는 한국어가 재밌다고 생각해요. I think that Korean is fun. 네? 저는 오늘 날씨가 춥다고 생각해요. I think that the weather is cold today. Here, 좋겠다. Will be good. I think that it'll be good if this happens. I made a video in my channel. Verb, 으면, or 면, 좋겠다. Okay, or 좋겠다. You can interpret it as what? Hope. In English, you say, I hope to speak Korean well. In Korean, 한국어 잘 했으면 좋겠어요. It'll be good if I spoke Korean well. This is a structure that we commonly follow. When you say hope to do something in English, in Korean, it'll be good if that happens. I made myself even smaller. Didn't realize. I was writing all there. Okay. 빨리. Starting from here, 빨리가 뭐죠? Quickly. 한국 사람들 빨리빨리 하는 거 좋아하죠? 빨리빨리 해. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Everything is about quickly. I still remember last time when I visited South Korea. I think it might have been like 4 years ago. Because I moved to Canada about like 12 years ago. And actually the hardest thing for me to get used to with Canadian culture was the slow pace. When you go into a restaurant, when you go to the bank, even the grocery store, you always have to be patient. I learned so much patience living in Canada because people like to chit chat. How are you? Oh, the weather is cold today. How's it going? How long is your shift? Or something like that, right? So you get to know the clerks. In Korea, we don't chit chat much. Everything has to be quickly. Anyway, so 4 years ago when I visited South Korea, on the road, literally I was in a car with my mom. My mom was driving. I don't have driver's license in South Korea. I saw a man who was on the right lane to turn to the right. But the lane that he was in, it was not a turning right lane. It could have gone to the straight or to the right. But there was another car in front of him. It was a female driver. He literally honked. Bang, 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 bang. Get out of the way. I had to turn right, right? She didn't move because she doesn't have to. She's gonna go straight on the straight turning right lane, right? But he got so mad at her, he got out of the car. And 삿대질하다, like pointing fingers at her, about to like punch her. Thankfully, she didn't open the door or window, right? But I was very angry and it stuck in my brain. And I realized that, yeah, Korean people really 빨리빨리 culture. So here is another 빨리. But in this case, I agree with you. 빨리 코로나가 풀려서 I hope this happens too. 풀리다. To be loosen. Loosen. 풀리다. Meaning corona gets loosen up quickly. So, and then other 식구들. 식구들 is also means family members. Here means extended family because they couldn't meet extended family this time, right? 식구. 식구 means household. 들, plural. So you can interpret it as also family members. Other family members, in this case, means extended families. 과, with. 같이. You don't pronounce it 같이. You say 같이. Together. 명절 national holiday. 지내다. Stay or spend. You can interpret it as also spend here. Spend national holiday. Past tense because it's hypothetical if. In English, you also use it would be good if I spent national holiday. Versus it'll be good if I spend the national holiday. Okay? The subtle difference. This is hypothetical if. 생각했죠. I thought. Okay? So this is interview conversation. So the person is saying, I thought that it'll be good if I spent the national holiday together with other family members. And here, okay, let's go back. Quickly, corona gets loosened up and then I spent national holiday together with other family members. If that happens, it'll be good. That's what I thought. 이해하세요? 한국은 지금 코로나가 많이 풀렸어요, 사실. I think in Canada also, the lockdown got loosened up recently, very recently. But depends on the province. Quebec province, they have curfew. Thankfully, I'm not living in Quebec. I'm in Ontario. So business can open up carefully now. In South Korea, apparently I hear their situation is a lot better than before. But during 설날, they had some limitation. I think they said 5 people maximum to meet with other family members. Okay. 그러면 이게 마지막 문장입니다. 바스말라, thank you. 감사합니다. 여기 이거. 예년처럼 안고 업고 손잡고 한꺼번에 이동하던 진풍경은 사라졌습니다. Let me increase my again. 예년처럼 안고 업고 손잡고 한꺼번에 이동하던 진풍경은 사라졌습니다. 더 천천히 읽어볼게요. 예년처럼 안고 업고 손잡고 한꺼번에 이동하던 진풍경은 사라졌습니다. 그러면 주요 동사가 뭐예요? This is a formal speech. 씁니다. 사라지다. It's a verb. 사라지다. To disappear. Appear, right? To P, yeah. Disappear. This verb, 사라지다, doesn't require an object noun. So you are not going to see object here. Something disappeared. What's the subject here? I see one subject particle. One subject particle, 진풍경. 뽀야씨 반갑습니다. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 은 subject particle. 진풍경은 that particular view. 풍경 means landscape. 진풍경. Think of it as the particular view that you expect to see during the national holiday. If you look it up, it's gonna come up as remarkable particular view. Think of it as a unique view of 설날. The unique view of national holiday, 설날. That unique view disappeared. But what kind of unique view? Do you see conjunction here? We actually have a lot of conjunction here, very short. Here and there. First of all, go and. This is a verb, 앉다. Another go and. 없다. 손잡고. Another and. 손잡다. 한꺼번에 이동하던. This is a verb adjective. Past tense verb. You can think of it as used to. So let's look at 앉다 first. 앉다 means what? Hug. 없다. So this is not the same thing as 없다. 네? The file is asking 없다. 이거는 don't have, not exist. This one 없다, no S here. This means what? You probably see this in drama. 나 업어줘. Please have me back on, how to say, carry me back on your back. Carry me on your back. This is like a piggyback. piggyback. That's how you say, right? Piggyback. Carrying somebody on your back. 없다. 손 잡다. Technically, this is actually an object. Hand. 잡다, hold. Holding hands. 잡다. 그러면 예년처럼부터 해볼게요. Piggyback ride. 네. 예년. If you look this up, it says normal years. If you want to say last year, we say 작년. Last year. You don't pronounce it as 작년. It's hard to say. 작년. NG sound. Naturally. 작년. Like. This is like. Like the normal years. Hug and carry somebody on the back and hold hands all at the same time. 한꺼번에. All at once. 이동하던. Used to move. This is 이동하다, move. So you may ask, what's the difference between 움직이다 and 이동하다? 움직이다, this is more broader perspective. 손가락을 움직여요. I'm moving my fingers. Okay? 움직이다. Anything you're moving or it moves. Your body parts move, right? Here, 이동하다 means almost like locate in English. Move from one place to the other. 이동하다. Locate. That's the difference. So you can tell this is the adjective clause. Starting from all the way here, describing 진풍경. That's the landscape. Unique view of 설날. What kind of view? Like normal years, hug and carry somebody on the back, hold hands, and all at once, all the people are locating, moving. That kind of busy scene has disappeared. Because of Corona, 그쵸? 질문 있으시면은 물어보세요, 라이브 챗에. 이게 답니다. 오늘 5문장 다 했고요. If you'd like to learn more about Korean article, this content, you can find the link in the description box. You can read the whole article. It's not too long. But you can try to do it on your own. And whatever I went through today, you have to make notes. Try to write with hand. I know you can type anything these days, right? You don't have to grab a pen. You never have to grab a pen. But it's good to have the memory in your muscle memory in your hand and try to write. And I think it triggers your brain in a way that you're gonna remember better. So try to write it on your note and speak out loud while you're writing and organize your grammars and vocabulary based on the format of the vocab. Try to write the verb together or at least indicate what the format is. 앉다, that's a verb. 없다, that's a verb too, right? So try to do that. You can take screenshot or take pictures of your note and tag me on my Instagram, KSTYLEYO, or Learn Korean Phrase. I can always, share your picture on my Instagram or share the story. Okay? Make sure you tag me. And hopefully this video was useful to you. If it was, make sure to give it a like and share with your friends and families. Then I see you guys next Saturday at the normal time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time for another live stream. Until then be safe and happy. 감사합니다.